Hi, welcome along to a special Transfer Daily Live. Now listen, Kylian Mbappe has been linked with a move to Arsenal. He's the wonder kid who plays for Monaco, only 20, was absolutely brilliant last season in the French League One and also in the Champions League. He scored lots and lots of goals and really took the place by storm. Every club is after him right now. He's the hottest property in world football. And yesterday we were told that Arsenal were trying to buy him. That, you know, it's reported in L'Equipe that Arsenal made a bid of 100 million euros. That's about 87 million pounds to try and buy him. And L'Equipe saying it was a serious bid. Now, met with lots of excitement by a lot of Arsenal fans. By a lot of other football fans, they're laughing and saying, Arsenal, why would he want to go there, number one? And no way did they bid 100 million pounds. Listen, we don't know whether it's true or not. It seems like there is something in it because L'Equipe, sometimes they do get good information. But, you know, even some of our own fans, I saw like Ian Wright put a tweet out saying, no way will it happen. Other fans, there's one funny tweet that I saw where a guy said, you know, he's about as getting Mbappe is like asking Rihanna out for a date or something like that. It was funny. But, you know what? Who knows? You know, I know that, you know, you're looking at Arsenal, you'd say to yourself, why would Mbappe want to come to Arsenal? We'd rather go to Real Madrid and these sort of clubs. But I want to give you 5 reasons here why he could come to Arsenal. You know, because he could. He could. All right, so here's 5 reasons why Kylian Mbappe could come to Arsenal. Reason number 1, and they're in no particular order, but reason number 1 is that if he came to Arsenal, he'd start every week. He would be the main man in that team, the main striker in that team, and he would start every single week. Now, if he went to Real Madrid, would he start every week? I mean, I know, you know, he's been pictured before, you know, in a Real Madrid, you know, with pictures of Cristiano Ronaldo behind him and stuff like that. He obviously likes Madrid, but would he start? Real Madrid have got, you know, all the Galacticos. They've got Cristiano Ronaldo. Of course, I know he's not a centre forward, but he can play there. Gareth Bale, you know, he's going to have to get past guys like that. Morata, who's been, you know, top quality striker, has hardly even been able to get a game this season. Benzema, you know, all right, they might sell one of those, but if they don't, or even if they keep one of those, there's no guarantee that Mbappe will start every single week, week in, week out. Whereas if he moved to Arsenal, I think you can guarantee, and he'd probably want guarantees and probably would get it, that he would start every single week at Arsenal. And that's got to be a good reason for coming there. Here's another reason, number 2. There's a World Cup at the end of this season, right? This is why the season's going to be starting a bit early this year. Mbappe wants to get into that World Cup team. Now, there's a lot of competition to get into that World Cup team. There's Griezmann, there's Giroud, Benzema. Well, I'm not sure if Benzema is going to be back in the fold, but there's Lacazette. There's lots of strikers fighting for that place. Now, if Mbappe's playing week in, week out at a high-profile club and scoring goals, that's going to put him out there. Now, you might say to yourself, yeah, but he's going to be wanting to be in the Champions League scoring goals. But yes, that's true. That would help him a lot. But even playing for a club like Arsenal and being in the Premier League and scoring lots of goals there, we know it gets shown a lot in France. We know they pay a lot of attention to it. That will help him a lot to get into the national team. It really, really will. And as I said, there's lots of competition to get into that team. Remember, Martial, he burst into that French team on the back of his performances at Man United. So Mbappe might be looking at it and saying, I want to be in the World Cup team next year when it goes to Russia, and I want to ensure that I'm starting every week. Go to Arsenal, I'm going to ensure that. So again, that is another good reason. Here's another good reason. He's an Arsenal fan, I think. You know, he's been pictured as a kid wearing an Arsenal kit. You can see it in this tweet here that somebody put out. Apparently, he's an Arsenal fan. And he's a huge admirer of Thierry Henry. He's been compared to Thierry Henry so many times. Even got a little bit of a look like Thierry Henry. Plays similar to Thierry Henry with his pace and finishing. Why not come to Arsenal and emulate Thierry Henry. You know, he looks a lot like him. Why not come and emulate Thierry Henry by tearing it up at Arsenal? And, you know, it'd be fantastic if he came and he did that. Here's another reason. Arsene Wenger. Much maligned by a lot of the fans maybe, but he's got a big reputation in France. Arsene Wenger even said that he went to Mbappe's house and tried to persuade him to sign last year. Arsene Wenger could be a big influence on him, the sort of person that could really, you know, take his game to the next level. And as I said, you know, really helping to get into that French national team as well. Arsene Wenger is still a big name and a big influence around the world, whether you're Wenger in or out or whatever it is, right? He is a major influence in football, especially in French football. And somebody like Mbappe, who would have grown up admiring Arsene Wenger and the things that he's done, just may want to play for him. It could be a big pull. Another reason, which is always a great reason, especially if you're a young man, and that's money. He's going to get big wages at Arsenal, guaranteed. They are now paying big wages. We're seeing the sort of money that they're offering Alexis Sanchez. We're seeing the sort of money that they're offering up to Mesut Ozil. He'll be on a similar bracket to them guys. And at the age of 20, it will rise and rise and rise as he stays there. Listen, it would be for him, you know, it'll make him a very rich man. Probably quadruple, 5, 6, 7 times what he's getting at Monaco. I know there's other clubs that would also be able to match that. But, as I said, he'll be starting at Arsenal. If he went to City, would he start with Aguero there, with Jesus and guys like that? Would he start week in, week out at Man United? They got Rashford and people. Come to Arsenal, he'll start week in, week out, and he'll get top dollar. That's another good reason. So there's 5 reasons why Mbappe could come to Arsenal. Will he come to Arsenal, though? That's the next question. It's a long shot. I'd love to see it happen. I have to say it's probably unlikely. Let me say this, though, that if we did pull it off, it's the sort of deal that would really start to get fans excited and start to believe a lot in Arsene Wenger again. So if they could pull this off, this is the sort of signing that would make us think to ourselves, you know what? Maybe Arsenal have changed. Let's see what happens. Leave your comments below. Do you think Mbappe will sign for Arsenal? If we didn't sign Mbappe, who's a good alternative? I mean, there's guys like Lacazette out there, Morata maybe. Should we make a deal? We need a striker. Who would you go for? Leave it in the comments below. Thanks for watching this AFTV Transfer Daily special. We're going to be starting Transfer Daily from next week, each and every day, right throughout the summer. So look out for that. And don't forget to subscribe here on Arsenal Fan TV.
Subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV.